I'm pleased to be joined in the second half by Councilman at Large Ed Jackas. Councilman, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mayor. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, you're serving on the Athletic Hall of Fame Committee, something you started a while ago, I guess 10 years, 8 years ago?
Actually, it's 11.
11. And
11 good years.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, 12 years ago, former supervisor of physical education and health of the Elizabeth Board of Education, Bob Shapiro, came to me and he asked about an Elizabeth Athletic Hall of Fame. And of course, I made a couple of phone calls, one to you, first one to you, second one to the City Council President at the time, Angela Paternoster, and both of you said at that time it would be a great idea. I then proposed it in front of the full council, and it was approved there, and we were off and running.
So you and Councilwoman Patricia Perkins Auguste are the two members of City Council, I guess, that have been the liaisons to keep this going.
That's correct.
And tell us about some of the inductees over years past.
Well,
we've had some interesting ones. People probably don't even know they're from Elizabeth.
Well, yeah, and some of the bigger names that we've had, Gil Chapman, Richie Wood, Jake Wood, Ron Freeman. He was an Olympian.
His father just passed away last month.
I'm sorry to hear about that. I didn't know that. But these are true athletes from the city of Elizabeth, and they've brought, and our mission statement was to recognize those who have brought positive recognition through athletics to the city of Elizabeth, and all of these names, and there's 11 years of them that we've honored at the Hall of Fame, and we're proud of that.
Now, Ron Freeman was a gold medalist in the '68 Olympics in Mexico City.
1968 gold medal winner.
Yeah.
From Elizabeth.
From Elizabeth. And Jake Wood and Richie Wood, are they brothers?
Yes, they are.
And tell us about them.
Well, Jake is a little bit older than Richie. Of course, I played with Richie football at Thomas Jefferson High School here. He was a little bit older than me, went on to USC and played there and was an All-American there. And then, of course...
For 4 times?
Yes.
4-time All-American.
And then went on to play in the NFL for a number of years. Jake played baseball. He was actually scouted by Rabbit Jacobson, who was also one of our inductees here in our Hall of Fame. Rabbit was the superintendent or director of recreation for the city of Elizabeth, and he scouted Jake. He was with the Detroit Tigers at the time. He signed a professional contract with them and then went on to play for the Detroit Tigers, where he was in 1961. I believe he was honored as, I think, the Rookie of the Year or something like that, close to it. Topps Rookie of the Year, the baseball card company. So we have some great names here, some great people.
And then the Athletic Hall of Fame continues this year, and we're going to induct, 8 or 9 more people? Well,
actually, we have 12. And I have the names, but I can't give them to you right now because we haven't actually called them to let them know. But this year, for the first time, our 8th spot is a tie before 4 people.
So we're putting all of them in.
We have to have another meeting, and we're going to vote on those 4 names to see who's going to be the person that's going to fill that 8th spot. So
and then the other 3 get in next year.
Well, we'll see. You never know what's going to happen here. Because let me tell you something. You have to understand that committee. That committee has Buzzy Fox on it, Judge Weiss, Ralph Froelich, some very strong personalities, and actually had to limit the number of meetings because everyone wants their person in. So I limited the meetings this year just so that the people that are on the list that have missed it by points were finally nominees and then got elected into it this year. So we're looking for we have a very good class.
And Councilman, how do you go about choosing the inductees? Does somebody have to send their name in, or
yeah,
how does that work?
There's an application, and the application and nomination form is filled out by that person who wants to nominate that particular person for recognition. And then we have meetings and we discuss who we might want to put into nomination, and then we have a voting ballot. And all of the members are sent a ballot, and when they're sent that ballot, they fill it out and they send it back in. And then we tally them up, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest number that you can get, and we add all the numbers up and we get our inductees.